Today I'm going to tell you everything about our cat shed. It's been a while since I've done a tour of it, so I thought I'd do another one. And one reason why I picked this shed is because it has a window, which gives the cats a little bit of natural light. So this is our shed to help the cats stay warm in the winter or dry in any season. You can see we have it lined with Reflectex. These are just plastic walls, nothing fancy, and we have an opening we cut in the back there, and then there's another one under here. It's kind of hard to see in this light. I'm doing this early because I'm making the video while the cats are having their breakfast. Okay, so in here we have electricity. So we paid an electrician to put this in after we had the shed for a few years. The shed used to sit not on the deck, or not on this deck. So when we moved it and got a better deck installed, we just had an electrician put stuff in for us, so it was safe. And in the summer, when it's warm, we don't have these plugged in. We put safety protectors into the outlet so that the straw cannot cause a fire by getting into the outlet. That was one thing the electrician was nervous about, so we just put in like the child safety covers. So we have 2 heated cat houses. I like to look at them occasionally just to make sure there's nothing in there unexpected, like a possum or something else that could have died in there. We actually had a possum die in the shed once. And this one, cats don't know it, but this is not really sturdy enough to be jumping on, but they jump on it anyway. And back here we have another heated cat house, and this is a dog house that has Reflectex in it and straw. Right now we just have 2 cats, so we only have 3 things in here. 2 cats can fit in here, or 3 maybe, but we like to have a backup in case a new cat comes along. So the shed, the walls are just made out of plastic, and it's, as you can see, it's not that big. It's big enough for me to stand up in. I'm like 5'4". And sometimes I think we should have got a bigger shed. We could have got like one of those ones the Amish build that are made out of wood and cleared out a little section of the trees or bushes over here. And it could have been like a little warmer, bigger, a better heat source could have been put in. But this is what we did because we were afraid that the new neighbor was going to kill the cats. He said he was going to kill them if he saw them poop in his yard. I don't think they were pooping in his yard. Anyway, he's apologized for all that. But we got the shed to help hide the cats because from the outside, it just looks like a regular shed you might put your lawnmower in. And this is Reflectex that reflects the cat's heat back. I don't know how effective it is. I mean, they're not sitting against the wall, so like we could have done regular insulation, but we didn't want to drill through these walls because they're just, I mean, it's just really thin plastic. Like the thing about this shed is it's keeping them out of the wind and keeping them dry and giving them some warmth. So right now I think it's 24 outside, but it's very windy. But in here I actually feel kind of comfortable with my coat on, so I'm confident that the cats stay warm. And like I said earlier, we have 2 entrances. Those were just cut in with like, I don't know how my husband did it, some kind of saw or knife. So we did 2 entrances so a cat doesn't ever feel like they're trapped in here. They can always get out if there's a confrontation with another cat or with a raccoon or something. Hopefully the raccoons don't come in here. And we do not feed the cats in here. The shelter's not big enough for that. And we do not want to be drawing other critters to the shed because we want it for the cats, not the other critters. So as far as we know, Winter usually stays in this heated cat house. And sometimes when he comes out, I can tell he's been in it because when I pet him, one side of him will be warmer than the other. And I think Pork Chop uses this one. maybe they use it together, but they're both definitely using it in the winter. And the one thing is, people ask me, like, how did I get the cats to go into the shed? So initially we had 3 cats that were using the shed, and we just set it up and they went in. Like, I guess the cats were just nosy enough that they just investigated and went in eventually. But one interesting thing is, in the summer, even when it's raining, I don't think the cats really use the shed. I don't know. We have other places they can stay dry. So this is more just like we have it for them in the winter. And it would have been nice if I would have got a bigger one, just so I guess I could put a chair in here. But they're not the type of cats that like to sit on my lap anyway. But I could have hung out with them more, I suppose, if I had a bigger shed. And now that's pretty much the inside. Like, sometimes I think we should get a shelf here, but I don't want to drill into this. So if this is just a cheap shelf that's plastic, we might be able to stack them up somehow. But right now what we have is working, so we're just going to leave it. And maybe someday we'll do more upgrades. So this contraption here is to keep water out of the door that we cut in snow. So it used to be we just had like a smaller cover, but now we need it on all sides so that the cats can stay dry in there, because we don't want water or rain blowing in. So you can see it can go all the way through. Oh, Winter was under the deck. I'm sorry, honey. And that's what it looks like on this side. And then on this side, we have a similar setup. It doesn't get as much water or snow because it's right by the wall. But sometimes the gutter overflows, so we had to make sure things weren't splashing in. And this is just the old kitty litter tub that we used just because it was convenient. But it keeps the snow from going in that side, or rain. And they can get through and go off to the side of the house over there too. Now back over here on the other side of the deck is their feeding station. So that's where we feed them so that they're away from their shelter when they eat. I don't know if there's a cat in there right now. So here's a view of the shed. So it kind of looks like a shed sitting on the deck. And of course we have a heated water bowl for them too. So that's the story on our shed. We bought it online and it was delivered, and my husband put it together himself. I said it used 2 people, but he just did it one day when I was at work. If you have any questions, just please let me know and I will respond. Please subscribe, and thank you to everyone who helps outdoor cats.